everybody, welcome to today's class. What's up? How are you all doing? Hi guys. Can you all see me and hear me? Awesome. So yes, Swagatam and welcome to everybody. Today we are here for KEAM 2023 Maths Paper Analysis. So basically I thought that we have started this crash course for KEAM preparation, as you guys know, for physics, chemistry and mathematics, and recently we started mathematics in full-fledged. So I just wanted to give you guys an idea that before we start on, what all things you need to focus for your maths preparation, basically maths subject preparation. So today we are going to talk about the syllabus of mathematics paper, the important chapter, some special tips for you, and the trend analysis of the question paper, which can give you an idea that where are the maximum questions asked from which chapter. All right, so are you guys excited for this lecture? Let me know, give a yo in the chat box quickly. So, all those who don't know me, I am Sana Khan. I am your new maths teacher and we are doing a crash course for KEAM preparation till your exam. Each and every chapter will be completed with complete revision, PYQs practice, mind maps and formula cheat sheets. All right. So, let's get started with discussing the syllabus of KEAM Maths 2023 and which chapters are the higher weighted chapters and most important chapters. Okay, so I have analyzed last 5 years question papers in detail because last 5-year trend is what is followed coming years as well. More than 5 years is not of much use because the paper trend, the paper pattern keeps changing, right? So after analyzing the whole papers, I have realized that there are some chapters which are super duper important, highly asked in the question paper. So one of them is vectors and 3D. In your question paper, you will see so many questions from straight lines, lines in 2D space, lines in 3D space, planes in 2D space, plane in 3D space, point representation, they are vector representation, cross product, dot product, blah, blah, blah. And number of questions that are expected from this chapter. This is actually a unit, not one chapter, it's actually a unit, and you have around 14 marks from it, right? Matrices and determinant is important, of course. I will show you a question paper today. I'm going to show you a question paper and I'm going to analyze it in front of you today. Okay, so stay tuned. Next is differentiation and its application. Now this includes limits, derivatives, application of derivatives, and it has so many questions asked every year. So even 10 plus questions are asked every year from this particular unit. Okay, next is integration and its application. As you guys know, even for your class 12 syllabus, integration and its application is very, very important. Plus, it is again asked many times in KEAM exams. Around 11 questions are expected. Next is complex number. Whenever you start the KEAM paper, you will always see complex numbers. So many questions present, right? So complex number is once again super important. Then we have trigonometry and inverse of trigonometry, around 9 questions. Matrices and determinants, around 8 questions. Conic sections, once again very important chapter. Now, according to the trend, I have observed that in some years they ask 10 to 12 questions, but sometimes they just ask 6 to 7 questions. So the average comes to around 8 questions, but yes, definitely even more questions can be asked. It is super important chapter. Okay, next is probability and statistics combined. Okay, probability and statistics combined, you'll have 8 to 9 questions. Then sets, relations and functions. Your question paper mostly will start from sets, relations and functions. I hope you have seen about it, right? What about sets, relations and functions? The next one shot is going to come on relations and functions only, don't worry. Then limits is again asked. Direct limits questions are asked, 4 to 5 questions. Sequence and series, 6 questions. Straight lines again, 5 questions. Okay, now sequence and series is AP and GP. Definitely question will be asked from these units. Now which units are not important at all? So there are some units like binomial theorem, differential equations, mathematical reasoning, and permutation. Now basically it's not that you don't have to study them. Of course you have to study them, because 5 questions are again 20 marks, and this is a very easy chapter, super easy chapter, so super scoring. So number of questions are less, but it is a super easy chapter, so 20 marks are like directly you can get 20 marks, right? But of course I will suggest that permutation combination, okay, this chapter, this chapter, and this chapter, you can leave it for the last. If you get time, you do it. If you don't get time, you don't do it. But differential equations, you should do. All right, any doubt till now to anybody? I have a doubt in one shot series. Is that enough to score 300 plus in maths by watching only your one shot? Definitely. Do you know, in my one shot videos, what happens? We don't just do revision, we also do PYQs practice. We also have complete chapter mind map. We also have complete chapter formula cheat sheet. What else do you need? You tell me. You tell me, what else do you need apart from this? We have everything, and I also tell the tips and tricks whenever required, the mistake points wherever they come. So of course they are sufficient. You can score good marks with by watching those lectures. Okay, we are going to complete each and every chapter by your exam. Okay, now comes some important points to be discussed, some special tips, then we will analyze a question paper together. Okay, all right. I'm so exhausted. Where to start? What to do? That's why I asked. Yeah, that's why I'm doing this session, Shri Raj. See, I told you important chapters. So now you have a direction that from where you have to start. I'm also doing one shot series. So now you have a companion also, that there is somebody with whom we can learn together, right? So we are there for you. Don't worry. Okay. Now let's see some important points over here. As you guys know, it's a 120 questions paper, total 150 minutes only. So you are going to have around 1 or 1.5 minutes only. Okay, and the questions are of course easy to medium level. Easy questions you can do in 30 seconds directly, but medium questions can take 1.5 to 2 minutes. Okay, now what about the syllabus and where you have to study? You just have to follow your NCERT. Your syllabus is exactly like your NCERT, but not the current NCERT, not the 2023 NCERT, because a lot of portion is already deleted from the current NCERT. I hope you guys know that, right? Okay, next is, some topics are there beyond NCERT 2023 syllabus, because recently CBSE has deleted a lot of syllabus from class 12 boards, but those syllabus are not deleted from KEAM exam. Can you give any example? Can you guys give any example which CBSE has deleted but KEAM has not deleted? Let me know in the chat box quickly. Now, some special tips for all of you, so please note down them carefully. First, skip any question that is taking you longer than 1.5 minutes. Yes, you have to, no matter what. So if any question is taking more than 1.5 minutes, then you have to leave that question and move on to the next question, because there are 120 questions, man. 120 questions are a lot to cover. So you have to first cover those topics and those questions only which you are thorough and you can do quickly. You can't waste time, right? Next is, prepare the high weightage topics first. Do not go for topics that have low marks weightage. Just go for the topics which have high weightage, high chances of coming, and a lot of questions are asked. Next, follow the old NCERT, not the new NCERT and exemplar. Okay, do not follow the new NCERT. A lot of syllabus is deleted from that. If you follow that, you will never know that, oh, ye bhi padhna tha. Like even this we had to learn, right? So basically, one such example is in the 3D chapter, CBSE has deleted planes. but KEAM exam has not deleted planes. Do you know maximum questions are asked from planes? So if you're somebody who is learning from NCERT and you don't learn planes, but planes are going to come in KEAM exam, so problem, right? Okay. Lerin ma'am is also with us. Hi, Lerin ma'am. Oh, thank you. You are so sweet. Shri Raj is saying 24 is left for KEAM. Is that enough to score good marks? Of course. See, I am doing, when I am confident that in 30 days I will complete 11th and 12th syllabus entirely, why are you not confident? You have our support. Don't worry. We are there for you. Okay, cool. Next is, do analyze the last 5 years papers, because in a particular chapter you don't have to learn everything. Okay, as I told you, in 3D they mostly ask question from planes. They never ask question from distance, like distance between two skew lines and so. Then why should you focus on them? Just focus on the topics which are asked regularly and repetitively, right? And lastly, please fill the OMR sheet with utmost care and neatly. Okay, you have seen the horror story of Shibila ma'am, that if you don't fill the OMR sheet properly and you end up filling wrong answers, you don't know that how big loss can occur, right? So we can repeatedly watch 1 to 2 times for revision. Are so long, but your classes are good enough to be confident. Oh, thank you, Sriraj. That means a lot. All right, now before moving on to the next, looking at more weightage topics, I want to analyze the question paper along with you guys. Are you guys ready? Now, of course, one thing you all should know, that if you are talking about class-wise distribution, then class 12th and class 11th have equal weightage in your exam. 50% from class 12th and 50% from class 11th is asked. So you have to cover class 11 syllabus as well. Okay. Is PYQ repeated? That's what you will learn by analyzing the question paper, right, Sri Lakshmi? Have you seen any previous year question paper till now? Okay, so people, I hope you guys can see my screen. What we are going to do now, okay, so we are going to analyze the question paper of 2020. Okay, let's see that which chapters are generally asked in this paper. Okay, should we begin? Chalo. Now I have already analyzed the question paper to save your time. I know that your time is very precious. I have already analyzed the question paper. Just to save your time, we are going to quickly go through which question is asked from which chapter. All right, starting with, as I said, whenever you start the question paper, you will always see relations and functions or sets question. Okay, so first 2 questions, relation and function. Next 2 question, sets chapter. Again, next 3 question, relation and function. So total you have 7 questions from sets and relation and function in this particular question paper. After sets and relation and function, mostly they ask a question from complex numbers. Okay, so here we have complex numbers chapter. Now in complex number, which you have learned in class 11th, they ask a lot of questions. So if you count here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total 8 questions are asked from the complex number itself, and as you can see, they are quite easy questions. है ना? They are quite easy questions. So next week we will definitely do complex number chapter also, because this is a very important chapter. And of course, you start the question paper with complex number, and if you don't know complex number, you will lose out the confidence, right? So it is important to learn the chapters from where you are starting the question paper, so that you don't get scared. Oh my god, I am not able to do anything. Okay, next is sequence and series. Now from sequence and series, AP, GP questions will be asked, and some question from series is also asked. Let's count how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 questions again. So from sequence and series, 8 questions were asked in this particular paper. Okay, cool. Yes, Kochu Arivu is asking, please give chapter-wise classes. Beta, for KEAM preparation, chapter-wise classes are only coming. Till now, you might have seen matrices, probability, relations and functions, 3D geometry. They are chapter-wise only. Don't worry. Okay. Next, let's see further. Now, in 2020 paper, I analyzed that PC was asked a lot. Now, what is PC? Not Priyanka Chopra. Okay, PC is permutation combination. So, permutation combination, lots of questions were asked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 questions from PC itself. So generally you will see permutation combination questions from in the starting question paper itself. Okay. So once again, if you are not well aware with PC chapter, you might lose out confidence that, oh my god, I don't know this chapter. Right? Okay. Next is super easy and scoring chapters, matrices and determinants. Now, matrices chapter just now we have done. I have already given the one shot of that lecture. Do watch that lecture. It has complete detail of each and every topic. If you watch that lecture, your matrices is done. You don't need to do anything else. Okay. From where did I do my coaching? So that I went to NIT Raipur, I did self-study. I only did self-study and I cracked JEE. I even cracked JEE Advanced only from self-study. So you can also do that. It's not a big deal. Okay. Next is matrices, determinant, matrices. Again matrices, determinant. So total 6 questions from matrices and determinants. When I saw integral question, I just lost my whole confidence. I know, it used to happen with me. Now, I'll tell you a funny story. So, what happened in my class 12? So, once there was a test in school. Okay, and since it was a class test, so I did not take it very seriously. It was on integration chapter. So, I just solved some NCERT questions and I gave the test. So can you guess how much marks did I get in that paper? It was integration class test, like which a test which does not add up anywhere. It was just like a surprise test by the teacher. Okay, and I did only the NCERT questions. What happened in that integration chapter test? I got -4 out of 20. I was so surprised to see my answer sheet that -4, and I was laughing on it. I seriously laughed on it that, oh, I got -4, like I got negative marks. I was laughing on it. And then when I showed it to my mom, she was like, what is this? मतलब पढ़ाई लिखाई छोड़ दो, don't study at all, just leave all the studies if you want to score -4. So then when my mom scolded and I felt a little bad, like, oh, what am I doing, why am I doing like that? So what I did, I practiced a lot. Okay, so I realized that, okay, integration knowledge is not enough, you have to practice a little more. Integration is that kind of chapter. So I practiced from R.D. Sharma, I practiced from R.S. Agrawal or NCERT or any book. It's just about practice, it's not about the book. And once I practiced, in my next paper, I got 20 out of 20. I became so good in integration that I could solve any question. So see, maths is not like you can't do it, this topic is tough or something like that. Maths is just about practice. If you practice, if you give time to maths, you can do it. Have the confidence. Okay. Chalo, next. Next comes linear inequality chapter. Though this chapter is not of high weightage, but it is an easy chapter. So if you have time, you can like combine it with some other chapter and do it quickly, but you can also leave it for later. Okay. So from linear inequalities, I guess 4 questions were asked. Yeah. 4 questions from linear inequality chapter. Okay. The only thing I know is sets and LPP. Oh my god. Don't do that. Please learn other chapters also. You can't pass the exam with sets and LPP. Now, talking about trigonometry. Trigonometry, how many questions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 questions from trigonometry. Now, I hope you all know in class 11th you have learned trigonometry. In class 12th you have learned inverse trigonometry. So, both these chapters combined together 9 questions. Okay. Class 11th and class 12, both the chapters combined together will give you 9 questions. 36 marks. Important, right? Next, now after this you will see a combination of conic sections and straight lines chapter. Okay, now conic sections, you know, parabola, hyperbola, ellipse, circle and so on, all the geometrical figures will be there, and straight line is a separate chapter in class 11. So from these I call them generally as a combined unit, so because they are kind of like related to each other and kind of similar, so combined together as a unit, let's count how many questions come. So here 5 questions, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh my god. So combined together, conic sections and straight lines combined together will be 13 questions. Quite a lot, right? So definitely you have to focus on this unit. Don't leave it at all. Don't even think of leaving conic section and straight line. Lots of questions are coming, especially from conic section. Lot of questions are coming. Okay. That's what I'm telling, Arivu. That's what I'm telling now. Which chapter you have to study? I was literally obsessed with trigonometry, studying +1 and +2. That's good. Trigonometry is asked a lot in the question paper. Okay, now moving on. In between, we saw one question of maxima, minima also, but that's fine. You will see many more questions of applications of derivatives. Now, moving forward, let's talk about vectors and 3D. Now, vector and 3D, they look very similar. So, I don't consider them as separate chapter. I consider them as same chapters. Okay. So, let's count how many questions. Vector 3D, 4 questions. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh my god. Vectors and 3D combined are 16 questions. Now this is a super easy chapter. If you are not learning vectors and 3D, you are doing a big mistake. Big mistake. So most probably on Saturday, I will bring 3D one shot. Watch that lecture. Super easy chapter, completely formula based. I will tell you each and every formula. You just memorize each and every formula. Apply the formula in the question. Done. Can you do that? Can you do that much? Tell me quickly. Can you do that much? Yes. Hi, Deepti. So you just have to study vectors in 3D and you are going to get 16 questions from that. 16 questions, how many marks? So 64 marks. 64 marks. Are we kidding with each other? No man, 64 marks are too good. So 64 marks, easily scoring. Easily scoring. You just watch my one shot and do all these questions and you will know. Okay. Vectors is also going to come soon. Don't worry. Next is statistics and probability combined. Now statistics, very less questions will be asked. Very less question. Probabilities will be having more question as compared to statistics. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's it. So probability and stats combined 7 questions. Okay. Cool. Now moving forward. Now you are going to have questions from continuity and differentiability, differential equation, limits. So all about differentiation. Okay. So this is continuity and differentiability. This is differential equation. We have already done differential equation one shot. This is limits question. Then you have again limits, continuity, differentiability, application of derivative. Now should I keep a count? See. Continuity and differentiability, only 2 questions are coming. Okay, differential equation will have some more question. We will see that later. Limits, let's count limits. So here we have limit 1, 2, 3. So limits having 3 questions. Decent number of question, but not much question from this. But application of derivative is having a lot of questions, surprisingly. Application of derivatives is of course a very big chapter, very big chapter. So application of derivative, you will learn increasing, decreasing function, finding derivatives, maxima, minima, tangent and normal. All of this super important. Just count the number of questions here and you will know. Application of derivative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh my god. Application of derivative has 11 questions. Can you doubt that chapter? Not at all. You can't doubt that chapter. It is going to have 11 questions. Man, it is super, super important. Okay. So, we will do application of derivatives very soon and very nicely. My guarantee to you that after you watch application of derivative lecture, you will be able to solve every question. Pakka. Okay, chalo. Moving on comes your favorite chapter, not my favorite chapter, integrals. So integrals, how many questions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So all the students who are saying that I don't like integrals, I hate integrals, are you ready to lose 13 questions? Are you ready to lose 13 questions? That's my question. Possible or not? Not possible, है ना? We should not. So 13 questions are a lot. Just from integration and application of integration, you are having 13 questions. So integrals is important. Now, to be very honest, integration is a chapter where I can't teach you everything. You have to practice. So should I give you one suggestion? You have around 25 days. Let's consider you have 25 days. Now every day, can you practice 3 questions of integration? Just 3 questions. Just 3 questions of integration. Can you do that? Every day, just 3 questions of integration. And I assure you, you will be able to solve at least 10 questions out of 13 questions. Okay? Every day, just solve 3 questions from integration and that's it. From where to solve? Take your NCERT, solve each and every question of NCERT. After you complete NCERT, then only you open RD Sharma and you see is there any other type of question, extra question, difficult question. But of course, don't do difficult question. KEAM will never ask difficult question, only easy and medium level questions. Okay? So, first of all, you memorize all the formula. How many of you have memorized integration formula? Honestly, tell me honestly. How many of you have memorized integration formula? Tell me. Yes? Nobody? Nobody has till now memorized integration formula. Basic formula only. I'm asking basic formula. Have you memorized basic formula? No. You have not memorized even basic formula, and you are saying that integration is tough for you. Such a cheaters. You guys are cheaters here. Okay, you are cheating basically. Cheating yourself. You have not memorized integration formula and you are telling that integration is difficult. So man, if you don't know integration formula, how will it be easy for you? How are you going to solve the questions? Cheating. That's cheating. That's not allowed. First, you memorize formulas. You memorize each and every formula. I cannot memorize formula for you. You have to memorize formula for yourself. Can I memorize the formula for you? Can I give your exam? No. You give your exam, you memorize your formula, you practice your questions. I will just help you in understanding the formula, understanding the questions. Alright, cool. Chalo. So we have a deal now. The deal is every day 3 questions. Every day 3 questions. Just 3 questions. Okay? No, Deepti, don't say like that. How can you come to my class and say don't choose maths? Maths is very, very nice subject. Very, very pleasing and helpful subject. You should be just doing some practice. That's all. है ना? Efforts. Okay, chalo, moving on. Differential equation, order and degree questions we have already seen in the lecture. Order and degree questions are asked. Again, differential equation. Previously, one question was asked. Here, 4 questions asked. So, about integrating factor, general solution, removing the arbitrary constants. So, differential equation is having 5 questions. Okay. Cool. That's it. So, people, the question paper is over. So what did we realize and analyze? We analyzed from the question paper, more than 50% was asked from integrals. How many questions? 13 questions. Conic sections, 11 questions. 3D geometry, vector algebra, around like this, 10 to 11 questions. I don't remember. We saw 10 to 11 questions. Then again, complex numbers and quadratic equation. Starting of the question paper itself, you have 7 questions. Continuity and differentiability and application of derivative. These two combined together, they will be like 20 questions. Trigonometric functions, again, 9 or 11 questions were asked, right? Super important. Sequence and series, again, 7 to 8 questions. So, these chapters are basically more than 50% of the question paper. So, all the students were asking, how can I score above 200 marks? Do these chapters. 50% of your question paper is done. Alright. So, first focus on these chapters. Then move to the chapters which are easy yet scoring. Alright. Of course, Shri Raj, you can, but JEE syllabus and JEE lectures are higher level questions. KEAM syllabus is easy and medium level question. So you can watch JEE lectures for understanding the topic, but if you watch JEE lectures, you will confused with the type of questions, because JEE questions will not come in KEAM questions will not come in JEE. They are absolutely different. The level is absolutely different, remember. Okay. Thank you, Fatima. Alright guys, so yeah, that's all for today's class. I hope that this lecture was useful to you. We have analyzed the question paper also. We have seen the trend also. We have seen important chapters. We have seen some special tips and tricks. And you guys know that every day we are going to bring one-shot lecture videos for your maths preparation. And we have also done a deal. What is the deal? Every day we are going to do 3 questions of integration. Let me see that how many of you are going to keep the deal, keep the promise. Okay. Yes, Shri Raj, you can. Superb, awesome. So that's all for today's lecture. If you enjoyed it, hit on the like button. I can see only 6 likes. That's not fair. I'll be very sad. 6 likes. No, boss. We need 20 likes at least. Right now, right away. Come on. Also, if you want any particular type of special tips and tricks or any particular type of lecture or any help, let me know in the comment section. I will definitely try to bring that. Alright. Thank you everybody. Have a wonderful day. See you in the next class, which is the next chapter coming up. 3D geometry. So 3D geometry, watch the full lecture and you will be having your 8 to 9 questions ready. Okay. Saraswati, I am doing chapter wise PYQ. Every one-shot video is having complete PYQs. Watch the one-shot video. If you watch the one-shot, you will know that I solve PYQs of that chapter. I already have solved so many PYQs. Okay. Deepthi, you know that. Vectors in 3D, pakka. Next, coming. Okay. Thank you everybody. Have a wonderful day. See you in the next class. It was super fun and enjoyable session. Thank you for joining. Bye bye. Bye guys. Ta-da. Take care.